Hey everybody, welcome back. Flipping Junkie podcast, another video log here. It's been a crazy week. Last week, probably about this time, I think maybe Tuesday night, was it? I think it was Tuesday night. Went to bed 11 or 10 o'clock, feeling fine, and woke up at midnight feeling completely sick, and ended up throwing up all night long that night. It was a nightmare, and I was supposed to leave the next day with Melissa to fly out to our Mastermind meeting, 7-figure flipping with Justin Williams and Andy McFarland, and it's an awesome thing, and I'll talk about that a little bit too in this episode. But I was supposed to fly out, and I felt so horrible, and I couldn't, I got up and I was like, well, I'm gonna go, we're gonna get ready and go, and I was thinking it was food poisoning, and I got up and I just went across the house, and even just doing that, walking that far, I felt so horribly nauseous that there was no way I was going to do it. So I changed my flight to the next day. Melissa went ahead and flew out and went to the meeting and was there for the first day. And I stayed behind and just changed my flight for the next day. And then flew out to Nashville, hung out with a lot of awesome people. Everybody in this group is amazing. Just really killing it, and just all the ideas and sharing. And it's just a great group, and it got me thinking about a lot of investors, including myself, for so long. You kind of learn, you get excited about the business you get into, you learn everything you can, you're hustling, making things happen, and sometimes we fall into this thing, and it's sort of like Jim Rohn says, where a guy is working at a company for 10 years or something and wondering why he's not getting a raise or making more money, saying, I worked here for 10 years, I've got 10 years of experience, and wonders why he doesn't get more of a raise or make more money. And most of the time what it really is somebody with 1 year of experience repeated 9 times. So it's like they learned how to do the job, but then it kind of stopped and they've just been going through the motions. And really what determines what you're worth and what you get paid is really the value you bring to a company. So if you're not improving and not constantly learning and constantly trying to make advances, you're kind of just going on the repeated experience. You 1 year of experience repeated 9 times, and so if that whole time you were constantly learning and growing and looking for ways to grow and go to that next level, then the value's just not there. So these things, we joined this group. Justin's a good friend of mine, and when he talked to me about it, I just said it was a no-brainer, and we paid the money and got into the group, and it's exciting where it's going. I was kind of worried about it for a little bit for how it's growing a little bit, and after this last meeting though, this last week, it was I think it's going in a great direction. I think it's really improving even more, and I didn't know that was possible, but it's nice. It's the whole concept of when you're working with somebody or you have somebody you can bounce ideas off of, and it's where 1 and 1 becomes more than 2. It's just an amazing thing that happens, and it's the whole mastermind concept. And I think there's a book called Meet and Grow Rich, and it's based on the whole thing of mastermind. And I think Andrew Carnegie from U.S. Steel from way back in the early 1900s or whatever, I think it was him, I'm not sure, maybe it was Napoleon Hill, had talked about this whole power of mastermind. I recommend you guys read those books. I'm not sure which. I read Andrew Carnegie's biography. It's an awesome biography. And if it wasn't him, it was still a good biography, so you still got something out of it. But maybe it was Napoleon Hill. Check out some books by him. Still around the same time, a turn of the century, in the 1900s. But now, another crazy thing. So we flew back. We had a flight leaving the day that the event ended. And and one thing was, I still was not feeling really great. I'm still recovering when I got to the meeting, and we're sitting there, and I had a presentation to give the next day at the meeting because I wanted to talk about Flip Pilot, and it's still sort of secret. So you guys listening to the podcast, watching the vlog, are kind of getting the behind the scenes, getting a little bit of this secret info before a lot of people do. But basically, we're building the ultimate real estate investor software system, task management, automation, communication, integrations, just all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm not going to get too far into it just yet, but I presented that, and it was just awesome. Everybody is just coming up to me afterwards saying, if you could get this done, this is going to be a game changer. So super excited about that. And then we were supposed to get back, and this is where it ties back into the whole vomiting thing, where I thought it was food poisoning. Well, it turns out my kids, my little ones, my two little ones, and then one of my teenage daughters got sick as well. They were thrown up everywhere. And my mother-in-law, bless her heart, was watching the kids, and she took care of them. And thankfully, she didn't get sick, but I guess it was a stomach bug. So luckily, it was a good thing that I couldn't go the first day, and I stayed behind, because otherwise I would have gotten everybody sick. And I don't think anybody got sick, so I don't think I was contagious anymore. That was a real quick thing, and I wouldn't have gone if I thought I was. But anyway, so that all worked out. But so we're trying to get back, though, because we wanted to see the kids and relieve Melissa's mom, and the flight was delayed, so we had a connecting flight that we missed in Houston, so flying from Nashville to Houston. Then we ended up having to get in a hotel room, and you know, even experience there was something worth sharing, because there was a guy that was missed another flight because of the same thing, and it wasn't even the airline's fault. It was something with routing because of some issues in Florida or something, and it wasn't even the airline's fault. And this guy was so pissed off and just so angry and poisonous, and yelling at the lady, you know, trying to figure out the situation and help him out. And I was just like, man, this guy is not going anywhere fast. You know, this is not the attitude to have. And Melissa and I were super nice to the lady after he was done, and she got him out of the way. And then we were talking to the lady. The lady was trying her best to help us out, and the best we could do is just get to Houston, and then, you know, have to take a morning flight into San Antonio from there. But since we handled it with a positive attitude, this lady working for Southwest Airlines, completely amazing, said, "I'm so sorry for the trouble this has caused." And she went across the terminal, just across the way there, and they have these wine bolo things, like wine bars, and she bought us 2 glasses of wine personally herself. And you know, we tried to stop her, said that's not necessary, but she wanted to do it. She did it, and she personally, and it wasn't something where they had some kind of deal either, because the guy charged her card and then walked back over and had her sign the slip. And so we thought that was pretty amazing. And obviously we contacted Southwest and left her an amazing review and or just testimony or whatever. But it's just you know, if something happened to you, it happened, and if it's out of your control and there's nothing that really can be done about it, getting pissed off and being mean to people is not going to make anything any better. And I know it's hard. It's so easy to go to that place, but working on that is something worth doing. But anyway, and then last night, so we make it home yesterday morning. And last night, 10 o'clock, I see this big storm. It's going to be coming towards where we live, in San Antonio. And I hear the lightning and stuff, but it's probably about 10:30. And I turn off the lamp, and I'm going to go to sleep. And then we get this, like, sound on the phone, like an alert on our phone. And you know, if you've ever heard there's Amber Alerts or whatever, it's like a real annoying sound. So I look at it, and it says tornado warning in your area, seek shelter immediately. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that's, you know, it's a warning, but I've never seen anything say seek shelter immediately. That's kind of weird. Does that mean we need to be taking cover, like in a closet or something? You know, and Melissa's smarter than I am, so she's gathering up the kids and getting inside of a closet. And I'm just like turning the TV on, going, what's, you know, is this something that where there's been a tornado that's touched down? And the TV starts up, and the guy's saying they pinpointed a couple places with real high, tight rotation in the clouds, and one of them was directly over where we live. And it's a small community, so it's not like, you know, it could have, like, you know, the whole thing, you could drive across our entire city within San Antonio, the city we live in, within it in a couple minutes, you know. So I was like, wow, you know, this is not good. So it's a good thing she had him in the closet. But I was watching it, and it moved north, and I'm not sure that there ever was really a touchdown or anything of a tornado, but man, that was a dicey situation there. But luckily everything was okay. I don't think anybody was even injured in the storm. There may have been a couple minor injuries. House had its roof torn off, probably about 10 miles south of us. But anyway, so that was interesting. And I'm headed to a conference today, and so this is another part of this continued education. I'm headed to an online marketing conference up in Dallas, and I'm excited. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's probably clouds behind me, but when I'm going west, it's clear blue skies, and well, a couple clouds here and there. And up towards Dallas, there's a little more clouds, but I'm gonna fly my plane up there to this conference, and I've already committed now because it's going to be too late for me to drive. But so I'm super excited to get to fly my plane up there and go to the conference this week, and then fly back. And we're supposed to have sunny days all week long, so I'm super excited about it. Anyway, I'm pulling into a gas station, gonna get some water and stuff, and then go check out the plane and stuff. Maybe I'll do a little video of going into the hangar. You guys can check out the plane and see all that stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and we'll see you guys later.